You got problems. You got questions. You got issues. It's social media checking time. Yo, Vanessa has been scouring the comments.
Yes, we have. Tim Lewin, a Brad Squad VIP member. I'm in removal proceedings and was recently approved for an I-130. My master calendar hearing was postponed to next year. What can I do to start working?
You can file an adjustment with a waiver if required, or a 212 waiver with USCIS, and that'll get your work permit going.
This one is a little lengthy from Kristen Kuel, another Brad Squad VIP member. My husband was deported 10 years ago back to Australia. He supposedly had a 10-year ban, which was up in January. He also had a misdemeanor for which he did 2 weeks in prison before being transferred to ICE to serve the rest of his time before deportation. Can he get a green card? What forms do I need to file for him so we can make it back to America? And should we use a lawyer?
Yes, you need a lawyer. I would need to know what he was found guilty of, whether he got deported because of the crime or just he was here out of status. So I need to know that situation as well. I need to know how he originally entered the United States. So there's a couple of things I would need to know, but 2-week misdemeanor doesn't sound like an aggravated felony to me. So I think you'll be able to bring him back at some point.
Andrea Wilson, Brad Squad VIP member. Andrea Wilson, Brad Squad VIP member. My husband and I submitted the I-130 petition and all other forms to adjust my son's and my status, except the I-864. My son and I did fingerprinting. I got the RFE to submit the I-864. We have to use a joint sponsor with my husband, who is the sponsor. Now, when we fill in the form, the I-864, do we use Do we have to use my husband to sponsor me while the joint sponsor fills in the I-864 for my son, who's the derivative beneficiary? I'm not sure how the joint sponsorship works.
Your husband does an I-864 for you. Your husband does an I-864 for your son. The joint sponsor does a separate I-864 for you. And the joint sponsor, which could be the same person or a different person, can do a separate I-864 for your son.
Peter Mimba on YouTube. I'm planning to travel abroad next week. My case has been pending since January. Is it safe to travel on advance parole for 2 weeks? What will happen if they decide on my case when I am out?
They'll still let you back in. It's safe to travel for 2 weeks.
Shanke Gale, YouTube. I sent an RFE for my I-360. I received a response on June 1st that they received it, but I haven't heard from them since. Should I be worried?
What happened?
I sent an RFE for my I-360. I received a response on June 1st that they received it, but haven't heard from them since.
Oh, you're not going to hear for a long time.
Abdul Latif on YouTube. Good news, my I-130 was approved 2 days ago. Congratulations to me. My wife is LPR. She sponsored my I-130 that was just approved. I live in the US, but I'm out of status. What is the next step?
Either the wife's going to become a citizen or you're going to do a provisional waiver, depending on which one's going to be faster. Provisional waivers take 18 months. So if your wife can become a citizen over the next 18 months to 2 years, better off just waiting on your wife becoming a citizen and then adjusting your status.
Victoria Valencia, YouTube. My husband is in Guatemala and waiting for an interview for the U visa, but the U.S. Embassy there is closed. Is there a way to transfer to Mexico from the U.S. Embassy because they're open and taking interviews?
You can request the Mexican Embassy to take you as a third country national, but you got to get permission first.
Veronica Wade on YouTube. My nephew was refused entry because he said he was coming to look after his grandmother, who was also traveling with him. She was allowed to enter and he was sent back and banned for 5 years. What can he do?
Why was he banned though? Was he banned for what? Why was he? I would need to know why he was banned. Was he making some sort of? He was obviously stopped at the border, but why was he banned? Was the reason. I would need to know.
Proud Mom on YouTube. Can a citizen file for a 27-year-old unmarried sibling who is in Africa? If so, how long is it going to take?
Yes, but it'll take about 10 to 12 years. 2 more, Vanessa.
Vladimir Payano on YouTube. I sent an RFE after my green card interview for AOS, but I couldn't get all the information because of the deadline. Now I have the pending documents. Is it okay to send it as a second response?
No, they're not going to accept it. So wait to see what their response is, and then you'll deal with it.
And last one, Elizabeth Francis. If I have an immigration court case, but I got an 18-month extension in July of this year, when going to the court, should I just take the extension to show them that I have a pending case?
Yeah, absolutely you should. Why not? Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.